This news update is brought to you by
Rock the remote with hours of free karaoke on video on demand from Flow. So bring it like Bay. There's even wonderful kids sing-alongs too. Available anytime. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today Afternoon Update for Wednesday, February 17, 2016. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. 8 people were injured this morning following a collision involving a ZR and a motor car. According to police, the accident occurred on Kendall Hill Main Road, Christchurch, around 7 a.m. The ZR was driven by 30-year-old Dacian Griffith of Watts Village, St. George, and 25-year-old Aaron Roach of Flagstaff, St. Michael, was driving the motor car. Both complained of pains about the body. 5 of the injured were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for treatment, and 2 others sought private attention. The other injured passenger, according to police, left the scene. Investigations into the accident are continuing. Absolute nonsense. That's how Barbados Labour Party MP for St. Joseph, Dale Marshall, is describing plans for Barbadians to be fingerprinted at ports of entry. Earlier this week, Chief Immigration Officer Aaron Griffith announced that all passengers leaving and entering the island will be fingerprinted as of April 1. The only exemptions will be diplomats and children under the age of 16. But Marshall, a former Attorney General, tells Barbados Today the government is engaging in what he describes as mindless adherence to international dictates. He further argued that the move is an infringement on the constitutional rights of Barbadians, as all are entitled to return home.
Then an American citizen goes back to his homeland. He or she is not fingerprinted by their border control individuals, by their border control people. I don't know of any country that fingerprints as a matter of routine scrutiny their own citizens when they're returning home or when they're leaving. I can see no justification whatsoever for fingerprinting Barbadians when they're returning home or when they're leaving our country. I could understand that there is an imperative to fingerprint non-citizens as they're coming in, but in our view, to fingerprint, if you go to St. Lucia on vacation and come back to Barbados, why are you being fingerprinted as you come on board? To what purpose? I believe that people holding a Barbados passport should be exempt from this requirement. I can see no good reason why we should be looking to capture that data on Barbadians as they come and go about their daily routine. We certainly support any efforts to improve our border security.
An emotional plea today from Father Mark Taylor for his daughter Kaneisha to come home. The 14-year-old was last seen near the St. Luke's Brighton Primary School in St. George last Friday after informing a family member that she was going to meet a younger cousin at school. Her troubled father, with whom she lives at Melverton, St. George, says while he's not thinking the worst, he just wants his little girl to come back safe so that they can work out her concerns. According to police, the teenager was last seen wearing a red and white striped dress with black tights and a pair of black and white slippers. Her hair was plaited with red braids in 2 cornrows. Anyone with information pertaining to her whereabouts is asked to contact the nearest police station. Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean cannot be complacent when it comes to the bread and butter industry. The advice from Secretary General of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, New Riley, as he delivered an update on the region's tourism sector yesterday. He said while the outlook for Caribbean countries looked positive for 2016, officials must continue to grow traditional markets, strengthen emerging ones, and penetrate new sources in order to attain the 30 million arrivals target set some years ago.
Our efforts to improve our product quality, enhance our marketing, grow our rate base, increase our profitability, and constantly offer excellent value for money must continue. While the outlook for 2016 is positive, we must continue to monitor some possible hurdles like the volatility of the economy of some of our major markets, China's economic slowdown, and the continuation of recessions in Brazil and other South American countries. We have seen in recent weeks the dramatic falls in stock markets around the world and other extraneous factors which could invariably impact travel.
However, the CTO's Active Director of Research and Information Technology, Ryan Skeet, says some negatives may affect the optimism of stakeholders in Bridgetown and other Caribbean islands, including the uncertainty over the impact of the Zika virus.
Lower oil prices, a strong US dollar, improved economic growth in our major source markets, and extra airline seat capacity to the region are all expected to positively impact tourism performance in the Caribbean. While uncertainty about the impact of the mosquito-borne disease Zika, the implications of the economic slowdown of China, the world's largest economy, and the continuation of recessions in our major South American markets will temper our optimism. Consequently, we predict that stayover arrivals to the Caribbean will increase between 4.5 and 5.5%, while cruise arrivals will likely increase between 1 and 2%.
In sports, only 1 point separated the winners from the runners-up among the females in the Patsy Calendar Zone of the National Primary School Athletics Championship held at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex yesterday. Bailey's Primary edged West Terrace 178.5 points to 177.5 points to take top female honors on the day. In the boys, however, it was a different story as St. Stephen's Primary dominated the field with 186 points, some 47 points clear of the rest of the nearest rival, Bailey's Primary. Charles F. Broome Primary with 135 points, Wilkie Cumberbatch Primary with 117, and Christchurch Girls, who managed 116 to round up the top 5 of the day's competitors in the females. In the males category, Wilkie Cumberbatch managed 108 points, with Charles F. Broome's Primary on 105 and Wesley Hall Juniors on 104, rounding up the top 5. Kea Kelman Wall of Wilkie Cumberbatch Primary and Sky Spencer Lane of West Terrace Primary School had to share the Victrix Ludurum honors, while West Terrace's Joshua Moore took the Victor Ludurum title.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Well, it may be the month of love, but it is also the month of AgriFest. It is here, AgriFest 2016 at Queen's Park on February 26th through 28th, highlighting the theme, Grow, Sell, Eat, Repeat. A humongous amount of attractions and activities for everybody. So don't Dixie doodle your physiog. I, Brother Daddy, will be there, along with my sheep, Dolly, Dootsy, and Dan. So come, let me celebrate the very best of agriculture in the Caribbean.
To news from the region, Guyana becomes the latest Caribbean country to record confirmed cases of the fast-spreading Zika virus. Health Minister Dr. George Norton told the press conference that Georgetown now has 2 cases of the mosquito disease, one of whom is a 16-year-old boy. More in this report from Capital News.
Health Minister Dr. George Norton at a press conference this morning said this latest victim has been identified as a 16-year-old boy from the Eccles East Bank Demerara village. According to the minister, 55 samples were sent to Trinidad for testing and 1 confirmed case returned last Friday.
We had the big discussion in Parliament whereby physicians claim that they are diagnosing this disease by the symptoms that they're seeing in patients. Of course, technically speaking, we can only say that a person suffers from the Zika virus after doing that laboratory test.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Shamdeo Prasad said a teen who is back at school is on the road to recovery. While additional information has not been provided on the teen, the CMO said his family members are being monitored and samples have been taken from testing.
And on the international scene, the first of several convoys carrying much-needed aid to besieged areas of Syria has arrived at its destination. According to reports to the BBC, 35 trucks have entered a town near the Syrian capital of Damascus. Aid is also heading to several other towns near the capital and to pro-government northern villages. The deliveries are part of an agreement that World Powers hope will lead to a cessation of hostilities by Friday. And that's news and sports. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.